Hello everyone, welcome to the Hero Team. Now, I know you're going to ask this question to all the viewers of who are probably watching this video right now on Starman's channel. What the heck is the Hero Team? Okay, I just had to get that theme song out of the way because that was a really good song to use for the freaking opening of my series. I mean, yeah, that's what I use for the first season. No, that's what I used for the first season's opening of the Hero Team. The picture that you're looking at now is the second season's picture, which a friend of mine made for me, and the Hero Team, it's actually hasn't been going on for this long now. It's actually been going on for more than you think. It's actually been going on since at least 2011. Yes, I started this series back in 2011 as a really great roleplay series back in the old days of Roblox. Back in 2011 when Paper Mario roleplays were starting to become a thing on Roblox. But anyways, so here's the backstory of how I created the Hero Team. So, back in 2011, I was just hanging out at Chickmaster's place on the Paper Mario Legendary RP1. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to give out the descriptions of every video. I mean, of every single game that I've been to on Roblox that inspired me to make this series, but so for the series in general, so here's how it started. So when I was just hanging around, I decided, well, I went to the place, I went to the actual map, and then I met up with two really good friends of mine, actually. They are now today, but the other person kind of quit my group and he was kind of getting more serious. But anyways, one of my friends is Epic King Nacho, and his character, well, I'll talk about the characters after I'm done with explaining how the series started. So I met with one of my good friends, Epic King Nacho on Roblox, and I also met with Heaven Mansion. Now, I'm sorry guys if you'll be hearing music in the background, but This is songs that you'll probably be hearing in the fan game, but they'll probably be remixed. These are just songs of the normal game from a PC game that I played a long time ago. You guys might actually recognize this music that I'm playing. It's actually really good music, by the way, for a game that was made back in probably like, I don't know, 2006. But anyways, that's not what that's the discussion is about, though. But for main reasons about the hero team, now other things that I've actually been creating. So here's what happened. So me, Epic, and another friend of mine named Heaven Mansion, we created this series. We decided to create a roleplay series of our own, which then became its own thing. I'm actually gonna make it a really cool franchise now as a fan game and a Flash series soon, guys. So be excited for that. For the game in general, it's going to be entirely different from the actual roleplays that I'm going to be doing on Roblox. The original was really actually well thought out. I didn't really have that many plans though, because there wasn't really that many people roleplaying with me back then, but still, it was a good roleplay series I had back then. So yeah, for THT's series in general. So here's the thing. So me and Epic King Nacho and Heaven Mansion decided the name of the series. We decided we were going to call it the Hero Team. Well, we actually had different names too as well. What else were we going to call it? Well, we were also going to call it the Elemental Heroes. I guess that would have made sense. We were also going to call it, I think, Warrior Heroes. That was a kind of a generic name, but this name in particular, it really fits for a really amazing series that I've been doing for 4 years now. Now, for things that are in the original, were not in the things that I've been doing today. I've actually remade the original series from 2011. I decided to change a few things up in the remake, like some of the characters who were not there got to appear. Some of my friends actually got to be in the first season as some characters in the plot storyline, and I finally got I'll explain that later, but so after that we finally came up with the name of the roleplay group, and we had to decide, well, what were going to be the original the first few characters of the story. Well, first of all, I had to decide what my Mario character was going to be like, and that wasn't easy either. So what I had to do was I had to plan out what some of my characters were going some of the characters were going to be in the storyline. So I decided that, well, since I like turtles, I was going to be a Koopa, but I didn't know what his design was going to be back then. It was then changed up a bit by bit every time I thought of a new idea for my character, and now the design you see now in the picture is what it's going to be like for a while now. Now, some other things. Epic King Nacho had to also decide what his character was going to be, and you can see slightly in the picture there that his character is a Clubba, which is part of the Paper Mario series. Well, mostly, I think almost all these characters are part of the Paper Mario series, almost. But anyways, so yeah, my friend Epic King Nacho decided to call his character Mubba the Clubba, which is my friend's character. I also have to decide what my name of my character was going to be. Now, the original name for my character was Bella5, but I decided then, later on, when someone gave me an idea to actually give my character a new name, I decided well, I decided it was going to be Coopstar. I really thought that was a really fitting name for my character. In today's standard of roleplays, I think it really fits for what the character is now. Back then in 2011, it really wasn't that well thought out and designed well. And now, it looks amazing. I mean, how could you go wrong with a Koopa that looks like a freaking... that looks like a freaking counterpart of this other person that you see in the picture too. You might actually recognize him too from YouTube, which will probably be on his channel right in a few days. But anyways, to Starman's fans. Yes, I actually watched Starman 3 back in like, I think it was 2010. I just decided to type in a random name on YouTube. I typed in a name called Starman, and I was wondering what results I was gonna get, because I was interested in just hearing some Starman themes, and I was just like, oh, is this a famous YouTuber? And I checked his subscriber limit back then, and I think it was like 14,000 subscribers he had back then. But yeah, that's the past of me knowing about Starman. His series is really good, by the way, but it can be improved, as he says in his update videos. I really do agree with that. Even my series wasn't perfect back in 2011, and I really did improve it in today's standards of roleplays. So, in some of THT's RPs in general, well, they're okay now in today's standards, but they always have a really good idea to them that really works out. But for the fan game, it's going to be entirely a different story when it actually comes out. That is, if I ever work on it, that is. But yeah. So, for some other things for THT, so again, I had to plan out the characters. So, Epic King Nacho, which was Maba the Clubba, Coopstar, which is my character, which you see in the picture, which is... he's actually a elemental guardian. I'll explain that after I'm done explaining the main characters in the original series. So then we had another character, which was another friend of mine on Roblox. His name was Heaven Mansion, I think it was Heaven Mansion 22. His character was a Golden Bullet Bill, and his name was Desert Eagle. Now, I plan to actually reference these original characters in the fan game. I'm not going to leave any character that hasn't been referenced in any of the roleplays that I have been doing recently. I'm sorry, members of my group, if you're watching this, if I haven't really included you in any of the new seasons. But yeah, that's the thing, guys. I have a roleplay series, and I'm talking about it right now, because I really do need to explain it to a lot of viewers that should really know about this series, since I really haven't told anyone for 4 years now. Because I wanted to improve it, and now you can see how now in today's standards it is improved. But anyways, so more stuff. I also had to plan out what the villains of THT were going to be. Well, I didn't really plot out any of the villains in the original. They were kind of bland and generic. I mean, who would even know of a villain named Mr. Blooper? Jeez, that was a bad villain character decision that I made. But thankfully, the original and some of the things in the remake that I have put in are way better than what I've done for the original. So here's the thing. In the remake, the introduction starts like this. So, there are these elemental orbs that have created, that have been, I guess, destroyed out of this meteoroid, and now they had a certain command to make this dimension. They decided that the elemental orbs made a dimension called Koopa Galaxy, which is a dimension that my series takes place in. Now, this story can be a little deep, and I am thankfully telling you guys now everything about the whole story of my series in its entirety. So thank myself for just explaining it all, so you guys don't have to keep remembering what the series is about whenever I do it on Roblox or something. So yes, I will be doing updates of future seasons. I might be explaining about future seasons and what I thought about them and how they could have been improved with the Flash and the... Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm also going to be making a Flash animation and that too. So the Elemental Orbs then formed the Elemental Guardians. The Elemental Guardians are part of Koopa Galaxy as well. They are the elements that guard the whole dimension itself. They want to make sure that nothing from the darkness harms the dimension whatsoever, so no one can bring the peace down between the light and the darkness. Now, there was also another orb that got separated from the other orbs as well. That other orb that got separated was an orb that was called the Dark Orb. Now, to those viewers who might be orb fans, you might be hearing it like, oh, is it tinfoil about series? No, it's not. This Dark Orb created all the darkness and villains that are part of Koopa Galaxy as well. So there's a balance. So nothing gets unbalanced. So that means that the harmony between the elements will be fine and nothing will be broken. Now, for more things about this series, the Elemental Guardians, well, they also had to deal with a villain named Governmentius. Governmentius is a villain that was created from the Dark Orb as well. His main purpose is to destroy all life and all the beings in Koopa Galaxy itself by sucking away all life from it and making it a wasteland with nothing and there's nothing there. Like, it never happened. The whole dimension itself would be just nothing. Now, Governmentius also created other villains to help him fight against the Guardians. Now, his plan was that let me tell you. So, Governmentius ordered his minions and villains to make the balance not right. So the Guardians had to do something about it. The Guardians then had to fight Governmentius' army and then try to steal him away. But there was a problem with that. In the end of the Dark Wars, after the wars were over because Governmentius lied to all the species, saying that someone did this, and making a huge war happen in Koopa Galaxy, there is this other guardian, the Guardian of Time, which is the Time Orb. And that's Cronus, as you can see in the picture. Now, Cronus also kinda got corrupted in the process as he tried to seal Governmentius away in an ancient temple that no one knows about. Now, that ancient temple is said to be locked away somewhere where no one can find it whatsoever in Koopa Galaxy, except there are myths about it back from the Dark Wars that some people know about. But anyways, so more things about THT. Fun fact. Give me. Sorry, guys. Someone's trying to call me. Give me a minute, guys. I gotta go. Do not disturb. Sorry, I gotta tell my friends I'm recording a video. All right. So now that I got the main idea of what some things are in THT, so here's some other things. Hold on. So Cronus then made it back to Star's house, but something was wrong. His heart was badly injured in the process of when Garmentius stabbed him. So he was covered in blood, and his last words to Koopstar was he wanted his... Yes, Cronus is actually Koopstar's father, if you didn't know that, guys. So, more things about THT. So, after Koopstar's father came, his last words were to tell him that Koopstar had to become an elemental guardian, and to unlock his full potential and within his own body, and to go on his own quest to retrieve the elemental orbs. Now, in the process as well, Lord X, which is one of Governmentius' minions, sealed the elemental guardians away in each elemental orb, and Koopstar had to go save them in each of the worlds in the first season. So, a few years later pass, Koopstar is now 13. Yeah, he was kind of young when this happened. He was kind of traumatized. I think he was like 9 years old. Jeez. That is some serious drama right there in the beginning. But anyways, some more things about THG. So Bellafai finally goes and sets out on his adventure, and he then notices that the pipe to Flower Town is clogged up, so he has to take an alternate route through a cave. But then he meets up with one of his good friends, which is Mubba the Clubba. Now, Mubba the Clubba actually knows Bellafai as a really good friend in future seasons as well. The first time he met him, Mubba's backstory is he was a Glitz Pit champion, and he wanted to help out Koopstar in the beginning, train him up to fight some enemies on the way. And Coopstar told Mubba that he was going to Flower Town, so he decided to join his team, and they went to Flower Town to visit Princess Flower's castle, but she was not there. He also met up with some other heroes on the way, but I can't really recall who they were, but I think some other person that joined later on was, I think it was... Oh yeah, I'm gonna explain that later on, but... So we got some other characters that joined in. The next member that decided to come help us was a pixel character, and his name was Assistant. Yeah, I know, it's a basic name, but anyways, so the three heroes then journeyed on to the first world. Now, Coopstar then told Epic King Nacho, aka Mubba the Clubba, and Assistant that they were going to Dry Outpost. Yes, an original location from Paper Mario. Oh boy. So, Coopstar then tells them why they're going there, because he's going to an academy that trains heroes to unlock their full potential of becoming an elemental master. This elemental trainer is called Master Shinko, a character that you also see in the picture that I am recording. But anyways, so Master Shinko then finally meets the heroes, Coopstar, Assistant, and some other heroes later on, which is Musitone, which is Ice Phoenix's character, and I can't recall who else it was. I think it was Gamer 51's character. So then they join in with him later after Coopstar defeats the boss of Dry Ruins. So Master Shinko then sends them out on a few training days to master their full potential of becoming an elemental hero that knows some elemental attacks like fire attacks, water, you know, basic things like that, light attacks, you know. But some future things for other things in THT. The boss battles, they're usually like a turn-based thing, so you know, each person gets to have their own turn fighting the boss. And so then Master Shinko then tells them about some villains, which might be Lord X's army, have infiltrated Dry Ruins and are trying to steal one of the elemental orbs. So the heroes then go to Dry Ruins to stop some of Lord X's minions, and then they fight the Guardian of Dry Ruins, and then they finally get the first elemental orb, which is the Earth Orb. So they saved the first elemental Guardian. But we don't really see the other Guardians until the end of Season 1, which you'll probably see in the Flash. Anyways. Some other things about, THT, so, yeah, I think you get the main idea. So they go to other worlds, so in episode 2, they go back to Flower Town. Oh, no, wait. Episode 3, yeah, they go back to Flower Town, but then they go to Koopa Valley. They then meet up with the Koopa Bros, they have been corrupted by Lord X, So it is up to the Coop Stars to save them, and they thank him for saving them from Lord X's corruption spell. So they give Coop Star the next elemental orb, which is the Orb of Life, I think. Or I think it was the Orb of Water. Yeah. Sorry guys. Allergies. So yeah, it was the Water Orb. And then the third world, which was a poisonous jungle filled with corrupted piranha plants. Oh crap, I forgot about another character that I met in the story. As you can see in the picture as well, this next character is Vinrath, which is one of Bad the Bloxer's characters. Vinrath is a piranha plant that kind of wanted to work for Bowser but didn't, and wanted to become a hero instead. So he joined Coop Star's team in order to save the world from Lord X and whatever evil scheme he was planning. So, more things about this series. Well, for another thing, the next world after that, which was a ghost world, we then met some other characters as well. We met with Ashto, which is one of my Roblox friends that wanted to be in the remake. We also meet with Plum the Yoshi, and apparently Plum's sister got lost in the haunted mansion that was in the fourth world, which was a haunted world filled with ghost enemies and, you know, that kind of stuff, deadly enemies. So the third world gave I think it was the Death Orb, which is for poison elemental attacks. And the boss of that world was like this huge piranha plant beast that was made from, I guess, Lord X's lab. I guess he has something like that. Ruh-roh. So, another thing. So we then wanted to help out Plum get his sister back, and then we saved his sister from the evil ghost that haunted the mansion, and we've got the fourth elemental orb. I think it was the dark, yeah, it was something close to the dark orb, but I think it was the shadow orb or something. No way, I don't think there was an orb in that world. So anyways, more things about THT. So, for the main story in its entirety, well, you get it for Season 1. So Bellify goes on this, Coop Star goes on this quest to save the Elemental Guardians from Lord X. He stops Lord X at the end. Everyone's all happy and cheery, but that's not it. At the end of the Ghost World, Coop Star sees visions in this book that he found in the mansion from a mysterious person that was in the library. Or should I say, the mysterious being that had no body. So, Coop Star then read the Book of Visions, and he saw his counterpart. Now, please don't go in the comments and rage at me saying like, I am not Starman's counterpart because I made it happen, okay? Now, and yeah, what's the story? Sorry guys, I'm eating. Because in the original, I actually did plan out for my character's counterpart to be Starman from SM64 bloopers. Because I actually really felt that that was a really fitting counterpart for my character. Which will also lead up to other questions like, why is he my counterpart? Because, let me tell you this. The Dimension Koopa Galaxy itself is linked up with the other dimensions as well. Like the fourth dimension, I think it's Moon World, freaking Dimension X, and Blooperland. Now, in the comments, just tell me if I'm forgetting anything. But anyways, some more stuff. Yeah, you get it. So, Koopstar is Starman's counterpart, which is in the next world. So for World 5, wait. Yeah, World 5. So for World 5, that is where Koopstar and Starman actually meet. Because it is actually another alternate dimension, but it takes place on Fire Island. No, wait. My bad. Lava Island. I'm thinking of the wrong game. But, so, it's their first time meeting with each other. So Starman decides to team up with the hero team for now in episode 6, and they decide to work together to stop whoever is going to make the volcano explode and to kill the Yoshi species that's living on the island, and that's no good either. So they decide to go into the volcano, and they also look for the fire orb, which Koopstar also explains about. He's looking for elemental orbs to Starman. And then after that, they near the end, well, another one of Lord X's Governmenteus' minions, I should say, which is Lerona. Now, Lerona is actually Koopstar's mother, but she was corrupted during the Dark Wars. And she was also sealed away with Governmenteus. Coincidence? But there is some other things. So for other things for THT, so after episode 6, Koopstar, and then after that they had to fight Lerona, and then at the end of episode 6 they fight Lerona and Lord X, one of Lord X's minions, which is a fake version of the Fire Elemental Guardian. And then they get the fire orb, and then they help Starman build a raft back to Blooperland. And YTR wonders, where has he been for a few days? And yeah, that's also something I'm spoiling! Oh no! A spoiler in a video! I'm sorry, guys. But anyways. Sorry for the creepy music too, guys. This is gonna be for a future episode in my series. Anyways. So, In episode 7, they go to the heroes go to Blooberland to meet with Starman again, and they ask for his help. Now this takes place during Blooper 47, I think. So the heroes ask for Starman's help because Lord X is up to no good again, and they then go to Elemental Hills to finally meet with the Elemental Guardian leader himself, which is Acris. Now, Acris is not actually the most powerful being of Koopa Galaxy, which I'll explain at the end anyways. So they then go to Elemental Hills, they meet with the mysterious being again, they talk to him for a while. They then go to the top of Elemental Hills, and they teleport to the Elemental Palace, which has sort of been attacked by one of Lord X's minions. Sort of, but it was actually one of my friends on Roblox, and that was Belover. For some reason, he wanted to take all the elemental energy for himself to become the ultimate Titan Lord. And that is no good either. So we had to stop Belover from doing that because his body was corrupted. And we saved him at the end, and it was a really an intense battle. It was actually a really good battle scene. So that was World 7. We got, I think we had the Light Orb. So yeah, Koopstar finally got his Elemental Orb. Now he can have his light abilities. That will also be for future seasons as well. So he will never lose that ability until every end of each season. So, for episode 8, after we saved the Elemental Palace, we then go to a place called the Blizzeria Kingdom, because Zio actually went there without telling anyone in Blooperland. So, we woke up, Blooper got his plane parked outside Blooperland's castle for some reason, and we decided to go on the plane, but the plane doesn't really work. Well, it kind of does. It starts up, and then we go flying into the air, and we go into another battle scene because Blizzeria actually has its own army, and they want to stop us for some reason. So the Blizzeria force, the Blizzeria patrol wants to stop us, and also Starman thought of the idea. The Blizzeria force decided to stop us, so we had to fight them because they thought we were enemies. And then they asked us to land nicely. They then told us what was going on in the Blizzeria Kingdom, and we asked them where our friend Zio was, and they actually knew. So they escorted us to Blizzeria Kingdom. We then got some equipment to bring with us, some ice bikes to ride in the frozen tundra of the kingdom. We also had to look for the ice orb, but it turns out Zio is actually the ice guardian. So he is pretty much the ice orb himself. I know that's a little hard to what's the word? Understand? Yeah, understand. But yeah. That's what happened. So anyways, we then got Zio, but the next morning, Blooper Stopper's team and the dark team. Yeah, that's the opposite of the hero team. It's basically an alternate version of my team, but with villains and my evil counterpart, Koopzar, which is part of Dimension X. I really feel like this could be a song for Dimension X. Anyways, so we then fight Koopstar at the end, and that's the end of episode 8. So episode 9 takes place in a futuristic city called Electria City, which is powered by the electric orb, but for some reason something has been terribly gone wrong, because apparently Lord X's army has gotten to that place first and taken over the whole city. So the heroes decided to do a little training warm-up session, which will be probably in the beginning of episode 9, where it's going to be a huge battle scene where all the heroes are fighting each other and training, but not like brutally hurting each other. Just like laying a few punches on each other and just at least doing some damage. But so Bulver then tells everyone that we made it to Electria City. So we then go down like badasses on the drop ships, and we have to fight all of Lord X's army, and Koopstar is there again, but not really, no, actually he's not, but he doesn't really appear until the next season anyways. We then stopped Lord X's army, and then we fight the fake version of the electric elemental guardian. But the real electric elemental guardian is actually Vincent, which is the Pikachu in the picture, as you can see. Anyways. Some more of the story. So after they saved the electric elemental guardian from the fake version, we then get Vincent on our team, and we also have Starman on our team fully now, because he fully trusts us and he knows who we are now. And we then finally tackle the last world of the first season, which is the Void, where Lord X's castle is, and who knows what he's doing there. So we then go to the Void, and we notice that nothing's really there, but we kind of do, because there's a lot of obstacles we gotta dodge, some dangerous things we gotta maneuver over. And at the very end, we fight, surprisingly enough, Lord X is actually working with Zarman 3. Yeah, he makes a return in this series. Oh boy. The first season, and he returns from Dimension X because Lord X got him out of that dimension somehow without anyone noticing. So Lord X and Starman 3 decided to team up to destroy the hero team and Starman 3 once and for all, but they failed at the end because the heroes, well, they sort of failed, but they trapped the heroes in the beginning of the final fight against Koopstar and Starman 3, but they were saved at the very end when Koopstar activated his ultimate form and freed everyone. And it was a free-for-all battle after that, and we just pretty much beat the crap out of Zarman 3 and Lord X, and it was probably the best final battle ever. So stay tuned for that, guys, when you actually get to see that in the Flash animation. Another thing, so after that, after all that they went through, they finally make it to a place called Elemental Road, which is a place where the King and Queen of Koopa Galaxy are, which is similar to Blooper Land and fourth dimension. But the King and Queen of Koopa Galaxy are actually counterparts of CD-ROM and Pamazard. So, yeah. The THT series is pretty much has some counterparts from Starman 3's series SM64 bloopers. So, I think I pretty much wrapped up explaining about the whole THT series in its entirety with the first season, guys. So anyways, guys, if you liked that... So anyways, guys, if you liked me explaining about all of that, and you want to see more in the future, I will actually explain more about future seasons when it comes up to my mind. I really want to make sure that the next season will be amazing. Trust me. Oh, and by the way, the next season that I plan to do is the remake of Volume 1's second season of the Hero Team. As I said, and this is the picture of it. Now, for Season 2, a lot of things are going to change, and it's going to be amazing when it actually starts up. Now, guys, thanks for watching this video. This is Bella5 signing off, and make sure to always remember the good times you had on YouTube Rangers and Starman 3's channel. Toodles, guys, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.